or to round up some more adjectives. "What has the state proved this man has done? The state has proved that Louis Barroso is a master of deceit and deception." I love it when lawyers answer their own questions, but it's the only way we're assured of getting the answers we want. Sokolow pointed our way once again, the cuff of his white shirt shooting out of his suit coat, revealing silver cufflinks shaped like miniature handcuffs. In prosecutorial circles, this is considered haute couture. "Louis Barroso is a disreputable, manipulative, conscienceless sociopath who gets his kicks out of conning people," Sokolow continued. Next to me, Blinky whimpered. Okay, now Sokolow was getting close to the line. Still, I'd rather let it pass. An objection would show the jury he was drawing blood, but then my silence would encourage him to keep it up. That's always the dilemma for a trial lawyer. "This defendant is so thoroughly corrupt and completely crooked that he could stand in the shadow of a corkscrew," Sokolow said with a malicious grin. "Objection!" I leapt to my feet, buttoning my suit coat and checking my fly. "Vicious name-calling is not fair comment on the evidence." "Sustained." The judge waved his hand in a gesture that told Sokolow to move it along. Unrepentant, Sokolow shot his sleeve again, fiddling with one of the tiny handcuffs, and continued the assault. "A thief, a con man, and a swindler. That's what the evidence shows. Both Louis Barroso and his co-defendant, Kyle Hornback, are guilty of each and every one of the counts, which I will now review with you." And so he did. My attention span is about 12 minutes, a little more than most jurors, a lot less than most Nobel Prize winners. I knew what Abe was doing. In his methodical, plodding way, he would summarize the evidence, all the time building to a crescendo of righteous indignation, while I was scrupulously not watching Sokolow so that the jurors would think I was unconcerned with what he said. I scribbled notes on a yellow pad, preparing my own summation. My name is Jake Lassiter. I am broad-shouldered and sandy-haired, and my neck is always threatening to pop the top button on my shirt. I have a crooked nose, thanks to a forearm through my face mask, and I look more like a longshoreman than a lawyer. I am not invited by Ivy League institutions to lecture on the rules of evidence or the fine art of oral advocacy. Downtown lawyers do not flock to the courthouse to see my closing arguments. I was one of the few lawyers in the country not solicited by the television networks to comment on the O.J. Simpson case, even though I am the only one to have missed tackling him, resulting in a touchdown, on a snowy day in Buffalo about 1,000,000 years ago. I don't know the secrets of winning cases, other than playing golf with the judges and contributing cash to their re-election campaigns. I don't know what goes through jurors' minds, even when I sidle up to their locked door and listen to the babble through the keyhole. In short, I am not the world's greatest trial lawyer, or even the best in the Miami office building where I hang out my shingle, or would if I knew what a shingle was. I graduated in the top quarter of the bottom third of my law school class, night division. My diploma is fastened by duct tape to the bathroom wall at home. It covers a crack in the plaster above the toilet and forces me to contemplate the sorry state of the justice system a few times each day. I went to law school after a few undistinguished years as a bench-warming linebacker, earning slightly more than league minimum with the Miami Dolphins. In my first career, including my days as a semi-scholar athlete at Penn State, I had 2 knee operations, 3 shoulder separations, a broken nose and ankle, and turf toe so bad my foot was the size and color of an eggplant. In my second career, I've been ridiculed by Armani-suited lawyers, jailed for contempt by ornery judges, and occasionally paid for services rendered. I never intended to be a hero, and I succeeded. On this humid June morning, I sat at the defense table gathering my thoughts, then disposing of most of them, while my client continued to whisper unsolicited and irrelevant advice. Meanwhile,